Hi, readers. You guys have so many strategies now for how to solve unknown words. If you remember last week, we went over three different strategies. And so you guys are like word ninjas. And anytime you come up to a word that you don't know, you already know three strategies. So I want to go over those three strategies I taught you last week for solving unknown words. We started with sound it out. That's when you sound every sound of the word out, right? So like the word hop, I would start with the H and I'd say ah, hop. That's me sounding out the word. Also with clap, I'm gonna clump the C and the L because it's gonna make a sound together. So ready? Clap. Again, I'm sounding out each sound that's in the word. Clap, clap. We also learned that when the words are bigger, it's harder to do sound it out because there's just so many letters and so many sounds. So instead of sounding it out, we break it up into pieces. Chop, 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 chop. And then you can figure out each piece instead of doing each sound, right? So sound it out is for those small, short words. Up, hop. Break it up is when it's a bigger word. Like this word, we cut it up into pieces. So underground, underground, underground. So I cut it up and I figured out each of these pieces, what it says, and then I put it back together. So you break it up, you put it all together. Then we learned about skipping and coming back. Because sometimes, even with these two strategies, we still don't know. We're like, I have no idea. So we're going to use our context clues. That means we're going to read the whole sentence and see, okay, let's use some clues in the story that will help us figure out this word. It's like being a good guesser using what you already know. So for example, I have a sentence up here. You might not be able to see it, but I'm going to read it to you. It says, the class went to the, then I circled the word that I don't know. The class went to the blank. I'm going to skip it and I'll come back. Ready? Went to the blank to eat lunch. Where would we go to eat lunch? What's a good guess to put in there? Think if you can come up with a word that would make sense there. Then I also want you to look closely. What does it start with? You see it starts with a C. What about cafeteria? Let's see if that makes sense. Cafeteria, that makes sense with the letter. The class went to the cafeteria to eat lunch. That makes sense. I'm going to use that word. See how I skipped it, read the rest of the sentence, and then I came back to see if I could guess it using what I knew. That's the strategy we learned last week on Wednesday. Today, I have another one for you. We're going to use the pictures to help. Sometimes this will help with like the skip it and come back. It's another context clue. You can look at the pictures. A lot of times, the words that we don't know, they're right there in the picture, and we can use it to help us find it out. So I'm going to show you just a couple pages from my book that I have here, and you guys are going to watch me use the pictures to figure out the words that I'm not knowing. Okay? Alrighty. Let's see if I can find it. I should have put a bookmark, huh? Okay, here it is. In my story, let's see so you guys can see it. Okay, I have to put this closer. There we go. Okay. It says bumpy tutart. Well, I don't know what this word is. So bumpy something. I can look here and think, what is something in this picture that would start with a T? And I see a turtle. So let's see if that makes sense. Bumpy turtle. I think that makes sense and it goes with what's going on. So see how I use the picture to help me figure out what this word was. Then I keep reading and it says Barbie and the vet help all the pets. Okay, let me read the next one again. I'm going to use my picture if I don't know the word. Okay. Let's see here. Barbie brings Ken's dog to the scale. I don't know what that word is. So what can I do? I'm going to look at my picture here. Where did she bring his dog? What is he on? Barbie brings Ken's dog to the I think that's a scale that he's stepping on. Let's see if that makes sense. Barbie brings Ken's dog to the scale. That does sound like something they would do when they're at the vet. So I'm going to go with that. Scale. So today, as you're reading, you have tons and tons of strategies to help you if you come to a word that you do not know. Because again, it's going to happen. If you're picking a Just Right book, it should happen to you 1, 2, or 3 times in your book on the page. Okay? And if it does, use one of these strategies. If it's a super short word, sound it out. Hop, hop. If it's a big word, break it up into pieces and see if you can put it back together. If you still can't get it after these two, try to skip it and come back. Just be like, you know what? I'm going to read the rest of the sentence, then I'll come back and make a good guess. And if even that's not helping you, take a look at the pictures. The pictures a lot of times give you clues as to what the words are saying. So use those pictures to help you with your reading, all right? On Seesaw, what you need to do, first, you're going to read for 20 minutes. So that means get onto Epic, get a book at home, from the library, whatever you want to read, but do it for 20 minutes. Focus, focus reading. When you're done reading, you're going to go back to Seesaw. You're going to add a response. And what you're going to do is you're going to tell me at least one, maybe more, make a list of some words that you did not know. Some words that you had to solve today. So you didn't know them, but you were able to solve them. I want you to make a list of those words. And then maybe we can practice solving them in class, okay? So again, your job is to make a list of words that you don't know in your story. So I was reading my story. What are some words that I had to solve? I had to solve the word turtle. I didn't know that word at first. Let me show you. I didn't know the word turtle. So on Seesaw, I would write the word turtle. And I also didn't know the word at first, the word scale. So I'd write the word scale. And that's my list of words. Okay? So on Seesaw, on the notepad, I can make a list of words. List of words. And these are words you do not know in your book that you had to solve. Turtle and scale. Those are my 2 words that while I was reading, I didn't know them. All right, guys, now it's your turn. Get to reading. If you come to a word you don't know, write it down real quick so you can remember, and then go on to Seesaw and make a list of the words you didn't know that you had to solve today. All right, have a great day, and I can't wait for you guys to read and see what you're reading and the words that you're solving as word ninjas.